Greetings, mortal souls. I am Akabilk, weaver of nightmares and keeper of forgotten lore. Gather round as I spin you a tale that will chill your blood and haunt your dreams. This story, passed down through generations, whispered in the dark corners of human imagination, is known simply as the Hook. Listen closely, for in this tale lies a warning, a reminder that evil lurks in the shadows, waiting for the unwary. Let us begin. On a moonless Friday night, Jessica and Tom, high school sweethearts, decided to drive up to Lover's Lane, a secluded spot overlooking their small town of Millbrook. The air was thick with anticipation of their date, of their future, of the unknown. As Tom's father's old Buick wound its way up the hillside, the radio crackled with static. "Probably just the mountains interfering with the signal," Tom said, fiddling with the dial. But as he did, a frantic voice broke through. "We interrupt this broadcast with an urgent announcement. A patient has escaped from Millbrook Asylum. The man, known only as the Hook, due to the prosthetic hook replacing his right hand, is extremely dangerous. He was committed after a series of gruesome murders 5 years ago. Citizens are advised to stay indoors and report any suspicious activity immediately." Jessica's hand flew to her mouth. "Tom, we need to go back. Now." Tom hesitated, his teenage bravado warring with common sense. "Come on, Jess, it's probably just a prank. You know how bored the local radio guys get." "Please, Tom, I have a bad feeling about this." Sighing, Tom relented. All right. We'll head back." As they turned around, the headlights illuminated a figure on the road ahead. A man, tall and gaunt, his right arm ending not in a hand, but in a gleaming, twisted hook. Jessica screamed. Tom slammed on the accelerator, the tires squealing as they swerved around the figure. In the rearview mirror, they saw the man running after them with inhuman speed. "He's coming," Jessica sobbed, her knuckles white as she gripped the dashboard. Tom pushed the old car to its limits, the engine roaring in protest as they flew down the winding road. Behind them, the sound of metal scraping on metal pierced the night. Once, twice, 3 times. "What was that?" Jessica whimpered. "I don't know, and I don't want to find out," Tom growled, his eyes fixed on the road ahead. They didn't slow down until they reached Jessica's house, the old Buick shuddering to a stop in the driveway. For a long moment they sat in silence, their ragged breathing the only sound. We made it," Tom said, his voice shaky. Jessica nodded, unable to speak. Slowly they got out of the car, their legs weak with relief and lingering fear. That's when they saw it. Embedded in the passenger side door were 3 deep gouges, the metal curled back like paper. And hanging from the last gouge, swinging gently in the night breeze, was a curved, bloody hook. Jessica's scream shattered the quiet night. Lights flicked on in neighboring houses as Tom stared in horror at the grisly trophy left behind by their pursuer. They had escaped with their lives, but the terror of that night would haunt them forever. For they knew that somewhere out there in the darkness, a one-handed killer was searching for his lost hook and for his next victims. And so, dear listeners, ends our tale of the Hook. But remember, every legend has its roots in truth. So the next time you find yourself on a dark, lonely road, ask yourself, is that just the wind you hear? Or is it the scrape of metal on metal, drawing ever closer? Sleep well, mortals, if you can.